What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in to talk about some of the main beats of content coming to Destiny 2 with the reset this week. And so of course we're talking about the weekly reset on Tuesday the 25th of June. We are getting another game update for D2, so as we've seen in the past couple of weeks when those updates have dropped, there has been a little bit of extended maintenance, so that's a possibility to keep in mind. Otherwise though, outside of the update and changes, we will talk about the final story components for Act 1 of the Echoes content drop, exotic missions for the week, but also the return of Grandmaster Nightfalls. Some of the rewards we'll be able to pick up there. Additional quest content this week, a couple of updates from Bungie, and also, of course, we get the master difficulty of Salvation's Edge for those feeling brave enough to jump in. So, a few interesting bits of content this week, guys. As always, if you enjoy the video today, get subscribed and I'll keep you posted with more Destiny content, but now let's get into it. And first up, of course, we do get another patch today, so in the typical fashion, this will mean a couple of hours of downtime immediately before the weekly reset. Hopefully there won't be extended server maintenance after the update drops, but we'll simply have to wait and see. In terms of the changes we're getting though, one of the big ones is that Bungie are removing surges from raids and dungeons in the update. So Bungie have said this means that damage bonuses will now be applied to all subclass damage types, including kinetic by default, and this change will make outgoing damage in dungeons higher and reduce the difference in raids compared to before the final shape. On top of that, it also removes barriers to build crafting, so I guess overall, the experience in raids and dungeons might be slightly easier, but also a little bit less complicated in terms of what we're running on a given week, so that's the first thing to keep in mind. Secondly, Bungie also confirmed that they do have a fix for precious scars not working as intended that should be going live in this week's update as well, but otherwise we'll get full patch notes at reset, and I'll be sure to keep you posted. On to other content this week though. For Echoes, we are going to see the final Act 1 story component, which will be Act 1 Part 3 of A Rising Chorus. On top of that, Failsafe will have an additional Specimen ID quest, and then, I think after this week, we'll have to wait until July 16th before we get any more kind of major story beats. And that'll be when Act 2 begins, which also brings activities and things like that. So I'm curious to see what the story component will be this week and whether it will feel sort of juicy or just kinda meh. We'll have to wait and see. Up next though, another quick mention. Bungie have yet again said that Starcrossed should be the exotic mission this week. They said the same thing last week, which of course I covered in the video, then loads of people were disappointed when it wasn't the featured mission. But the next week card has once again said that Starcrossed will be active this week, so fingers crossed it's correct this time. And of course we can pick up the Wishkeeper. It will be useful for any folks who missed out on that during Season of the Wish. The Nord Avalon mission didn't appear to have additional legendary drops included in it though this week, so whether we'll get additional legendary weapons from Season of the Wish or not isn't entirely clear. We'll just have to wait and see, but at least another opportunity to pick up the Wishkeeper exotic bow. Then of course, Grandmaster Nightfalls are launching today as well. Bungie have said that the Glassway will be the featured strike, and on top of that, we've got bonus Vanguard loot and a rank boost all week long, so if you're looking to level up with the Vanguard or pick up additional rewards, it is going to be a very good week to play. Best we can tell, Azumi RR4 will be the featured weapon for this first week, so we can get the Adept variant of that for this season. And in the first trade slot, the weapon can roll Clown Cartridge, Lead from Gold, 4th times the Charm, and then Snapshot, Discord, or Attrition Orbs, with the second slot able to get Vorpal Weapon, Incandescent, Golden Tricorn, Precision Instrument, Explosive Payload, or Deconstruct. So let us know which roles you'll be interested to go after on this thing. They are pretty similar to last season, although I do have a video that breaks down all of the Nightfall weapons for this season with updated roles, and of course the new weapon, Scintillation. So if you want more details on what to expect, that video is linked below. For the featured Grandmasters this season though, of course Glassway is up, then we'll get Warden of Nothing, the Disgraced, Fallen Saber, as well as Liminality, the new Pale Heartstrike, Exodus Crash, Psyops Battleground Cosmodrome, Inside Terminus, and the Devil's Lair. So a fairly healthy list of GMs for the season, and let us know down in the comment section if you're planning to dive into Grandmasters this week. Our final mention though is for Salvation's Edge and the Master difficulty, which is also launching this Tuesday. So not sure how many players are actually going to go into this one because Salvation's Edge is already a very difficult raid with one of the lower completion rates of any of the raids we've actually seen. So safe to say the Master difficulty will be an interesting one, but it does mean we can get access to the Adept raid weapons, and kind of like the Nightfall weapons, the Adepts this time around for PvE at least appear to have this sort of gold and green skin. I'm not a massive fan of that visually, but whatever. Otherwise in the raid, chances are most of the mechanics are going to be the same, but it's enemy difficulty, champions and things like that are introduced with the master version. A couple of additional drops linked to the master difficulty though include the Timeless Bond Ghost Shell, and that's for completing master difficulty Salvation's Edge in general, so it just requires all of the encounters to be completed. On top of that, the Triumph also increases the initial drop rate for the Euphony, which is the raid linear fusion rifle. But there's also the Ignited Light challenge to complete all encounter challenges on master difficulty. Of course, there are 5 of those, and completing that will award the Turmoil engine, which is the exotic Sparrow link to the raid. Those couple of cosmetics are pretty nice to be fair, so let us know in the comment section if the master version of the raid is something that you're thinking about jumping into. Otherwise though, Grandmaster Nightfalls will keep folks busy. The final week of story content for Echoes until the middle of July, as far as we can tell at least. And otherwise, we also don't know if we might see additional things pop up on the Pale Heart as part of Final Shape. There's a small possibility that Final Shape isn't entirely over just yet in terms of new content rollout, but outside of the Master Raid this week, nothing extra has been specifically confirmed by Bungie, so we all simply have to wait and see. For today though guys, if you've enjoyed the update, a rating below really does help us out. I'll keep you posted at reset with the patch notes, Eververse inventory, and any other surprise pop-ups we might find in the game, so keep locked and loaded right here. Let us know what you'll be going after this week, and also a rating really helps us out below if you've enjoyed the video as well. But otherwise, cheers for tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.
Beneath my feet is a memory. So is the grass and the sky. Warmth of the sun on my face. And around every corner, every familiar hallway, I keep expecting to see you. But instead, corruption, a blight, sickness spreading through the Traveler. Because the Traveler's where I am, isn't it? This disease, I can feel it too. Something in the pit of me knows it won't stop after it's consumed this place. You, me, the entirety of everything and everyone we know. It wants to infect it all. We gotta stop what's happening here. Now. Before it's too late.